All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so let's get right into the election update. What's going on? We got breaking news here, and this is from Jenna Ellis. Okay, it says in Arizona, we have over 500,000 ballots that were cast illegally. Now, here's the thing. Why would any Republican, Democrat, election committee, election supervisors, why would they certify an election with over 500,000 ballots that were cast illegally? Why would they do that? You guys let me know. Why would they do that? If you don't know, it's because they were paid off. That's why they would do that. They were paid off. So all these people that are certifying these elections with all of these illegal ballots, illegal people voting, all the stuff, switching votes, all this illegal activity, they know it exists, but they were paid off. Maybe some of them even signed NDAs that they can't talk about. That's why they're staying quiet. But they know. Now this is the week which begins the Great Betrayal. The week that begins the Great Betrayal, the week that begins the Great Awakening, the week that begins the Great Surprise. Doesn't mean all three of them are going to happen this week, but this is the week that it begins. Okay? So more stuff is going to come out that is going to awaken people from their sleep, from their slumber. People that are denying all these things, even though we have so much evidence, they're going to start awaking. They're going to start awakening this week as more and more evidence comes out, video evidence and all this other stuff come up. But it's also going to be because of betrayal. Because people from that actually were paid off, people that are actually on the liberal side are going to start snitching on each other because they don't want to, because they're going to feel like they're about to go down. And remember, the first one who speaks, and blows a whistle on everything, they get less jail time, or they actually get to go scot-free. So who's going to be the first to snitch globally? Like, who's going to be the first to snitch? And say this is my pay stub of me being paid off. What governor, what mayor, or what official, or what poll counter, who's going to be the first to snitch to say this is what we did? I need protection, but this is what we did. This is how much we were paid. That we were told to do this by this person, that person, and then it's all going to come, and then they're all going to fight each other. Once the first person snitches, and that could be this week. Once the first person snitches, it's all downhill from there, because then everybody's going to then want to protect themselves, right? And then they're going to start snitching on each other. That's how it's going to happen, right? So when the first person comes out and snitches to the world, that they were told to do this by Dominion, they were told to do that, the governors over here and the mayors told them to do this, they were supposed to count the ballots 9, 10, 11, 12 times. And guess what? It might be this woman right here, this Ruby lady, Ruby Freeman, because she posted this on Facebook about how her and her daughter literally were casting ballots for Biden over and over and over again, and we have it on video as well. Snippy posted it on YouTube, and I did share it on Twitter as well. And she was also, I think, the same person who was passing around those USB cord thumb drives as well. But here you can see Ruby Freeman, Georgia, and she posted it on Facebook page and how proud she was to cheat for Joe Biden. And so the liberals keep saying that there isn't any cheating and any fraud, yet there's video evidence, and now we have people claiming that they cheated for Joe Biden, including Ruby. And now they're saying, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Well, this was on her own Facebook page. And there's video evidence of her putting the same ballots in over and over and over again for Joe Biden. So now you have video evidence of it. And now you have her saying it on her own Facebook page. Okay. And she says here, I was nervous about Plan B, but I'm glad we did it because it saved the country. So she's blinded. She's deceived. She believes that cheating is going to save the country from an evil man called Donald Trump. You see how they worship Trump more than the Republicans? So we got people out here saying that the Republicans worship Trump as an idol. Yes, they do. I'll give them that. I'll give you all that, the people that say that. But the Democrats worship Trump more than the Republicans. Okay? It's not about liberty and justice. It's not about free. It's not about America anymore. It's about getting Trump out. That's it. That the whole 4 years of Donald Trump has been Trump, 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 Trump. You can't do the liberals can't even talk about what they're going to do for America. It's all about we must remove Trump. That's what it's been for 4 years. And so, as you can see, this letter is all about Trump. I got to get Trump out. I don't care about nothing. I don't care if hell comes on earth. I must remove Trump. and so that's what's been going on for 4 years. They are obsessed with Donald Trump. Nothing else. They don't care about nothing else. Just, I gotta get Trump out of there because the media has deceived me to say that this man is dividing the country. Right? So I must get him. I don't care if I do 50 years in federal prison. I gotta get Trump out of here. Me and my daughter, her and daughter, like if you're gonna do it by yourself. But now she put her daughter in harm's now. Now her daughter's in this thing as well. Now you're both going down. You know, it's sad, man. It's sad that this is what's going on in America, man. They have idolized Trump more than the Republicans. They're obsessed with this man. I go to my liberal friends' Instagram pages, stories. Man, it's filled with Donald Trump, man. I'm like, are you guys liberals or you Republicans? I mean, it's unbelievable. But this is what's been going on for 4 years. They are obsessed with Donald Trump because he was supposed to be a liberal, not a Republican, and he switched at the last minute to be Republican, and they can't stand him because of that. Okay? So this woman literally telling on herself that her and her daughter, and we saw the video evidence of it, so she don't have to say nothing. There's video evidence of this lady all over Instagram, all over Twitter, all over YouTube, passing the USB drives and putting in ballots over and over and over again. Okay. She even says here, the Trump people thought they won last night because they did win, right? And then so they went home, and then all of a sudden we went in there and started, putting ballots in, fake ballots in for Biden over and over and over again until they lost. It's just terrible. He says, if people find out what me and my baby did, we could be in a lot of trouble and possibly jail. No, not jail, but federal prison for about 50 years. Maybe even, you might even get the death penalty, women. I mean, it's treason at the highest level. Maybe a firing squad. Donald Trump did bring back his firing squad. We haven't seen that in a long time in America. So I would like to ask everyone to delete all the pictures and videos. So that's why I try to find her on Instagram, and she's not on Instagram anymore because I guess she deleted all her stuff. They're trying to delete everything, but she did put this post to let everybody know. Okay, so I mean, the videos, we already had the video evidence of it, but then she makes a post on Facebook to tell everybody to delete all her stuff, help her out. We cheated for Biden, delete everything. You can't do that on people. When you put something on the internet, it's literally on the internet forever because there's millions of people that are screenshotting it, taking pictures of it, making sure that you don't get away with stuff like that. So I guess we'll see how that plays out, won't we? It's interesting that everything, like most of it, all the stuff is on Georgia. After that dream I had about Georgia, it's been literally Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. All the corruption is coming out of Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. After that dream I had about Georgia. So yeah, I guess we'll see how that plays out this continuing this week. And as I said before, we could literally see all this stuff happen, and Joe Biden could still be president. It doesn't guarantee Donald Trump's going to be president. We could literally see all the crimes and all the evidence of crime, and they could still put Biden as president. It's still 50-50. Okay, but we're going to continue to pray for righteous and God's will, right? Whatever God's will is, we want to be done on the earth. Okay, so we'll just see how it plays out. Now, the Supreme Court is supposed to be this week. Okay, and so the Supreme Court is supposed to start taking some of these things this week. Pennsylvania, I believe, one of them. After it got rejected from the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, they did an appeal, and now it's going to the federal Supreme Court. Okay, now people will just say, well, if it didn't pass the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania, why should it have to go to the federal Supreme Court? Well, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court is liberals. It's run by liberals. So everybody already knew it wasn't going to pass there, and they were going to say that we don't see anything, even though there's thousands of lawsuits and affidavits and criminal activity that happened in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which is ran by liberals, said we don't see anything. So that's why they have to make the appeal to go to the federal Supreme Court that will actually look at the evidence and not be biased because they hate Donald Trump. Okay, so that's why. So that's supposed to begin this week. Okay, the Supreme Court begins this week. We'll see how it goes. Okay, in Pennsylvania, the prophetic word did come to pass. Now, how does it complete and how does the results on that? We will wait and see. But the prophetic word was that Pennsylvania would go to the federal Supreme Court. Okay, and it did. Okay, it's gone there, and it went there before any other courts. Now, Arizona is they're going to the Supreme Court in Arizona as well. But that might take a couple more weeks, right? Because that was just filed a couple days ago. But Pennsylvania was filed a week ago, or so that should be this week. They should be in the federal Supreme Court this week in Pennsylvania. But the prophetic word of Charlie Shamp and Chris Reed was that Pennsylvania would go to the federal Supreme Court. And that's exactly what's happening. It made it to the federal Supreme Court. Judge Alito, I think it is, right? He's the one that's going to be taking a look at it this week. And Donald Trump spoke about the cases going to the federal Supreme Court as well. So let's see how it all plays out. But more illegal activity here in Arizona. 500,000 ballots were cast illegally. 11,000 are overvotes, meaning more votes cast than they were actually registered voters. This is the same problem that happened in Michigan. They had millions of people. Millions of more votes than registered voters, and they still sign the election certifications. How do you do that? Well, by being blackmailed, threatened, paid off. So these are unconstitutional things that need to go up to the federal Supreme Court because you cannot certify a election in your state when you have more ballots and more people voting than registered voters. You can't do that. You must do an investigation on that. They refuse to do an investigation on that because people were threatened. Okay, people were threatened, and it's on video, right? Some of you guys saw the video of the guy threatening people, saying it's racist. You're racist if you don't certify this ballot. Right, of more people voting than registered voters. You're racist, right? And so that's got to go to the Supreme Court as well. There's too much fraud going on here. So we have here that it says just that alone would change the outcome of the election. So when Democrats are saying there is no He says evidence. So he continues down here. Evidence. They're absolutely lying. Of course they're lying, because when you have more registered voters, when you have more votes than registered voters, that's a clear fraud in itself. There's nothing to even talk about at that. So you have Arizona, you have Pennsylvania, you have um, Michigan. You got a whole bunch of fraud in Georgia, just complete fraud. We got boxes that are sealed with Trump votes that never were voted, were never counted. You, you got people going into the tabulators, just over saying the same votes over and over for Biden, live on camera. Now, how do you talk yourself out of that? Oh no, that was something else. We were just testing it out. No, okay, okay. You can continue to lie if you want to, but we got you red-handed on that. What else is going on? I did talk about the great betrayal. So this week begins the great betrayal. Somebody's gonna betray the deep state. Somebody right now is God is eating at their heart to come out and tell the truth. So I know Louise Vogel Sharp has said that Joe Biden's being convicted about his cheating. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. Who knows? That would be a big shocker if Joe Biden came out and said, "Hey, man, we cheated, man. Let me get out of here." Right? But it could be somebody else. It could be Joe Biden's wife. It could be a governor, not the Georgia governor, but somebody else. It could be a different governor. It could be a somebody in the high ups. Could be Hillary Clinton. Say, yeah, we cheated, right? Hillary can just admit it. Yeah, we cheated. You know what I mean? I don't know, or it could be somebody else. I don't know. But a great betrayal is coming, right? And that was a prophetic word of Hank Kuhneman. And then also